Alchemy is one of the easiest skills to max out in Hypixel Skyblock, with the only real limitation being a tight budget. For the longest time, people have been using Enchanted Sugar Cane to get to level 50 as quick as possible, but is this really the cheapest and fastest way? There are various other items in this game that hold the same EXP yield as Enchanted Cane does, so then I got to testing. But before we do go any further, I'd like to quickly mention that if you have any further questions or comments about this video, be sure to tune into my Twitch streams. I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. We tend to have open discussions over there all the time, so I highly recommend checking it out. With that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alrighty, so as you can see, today we are going to be covering the best ways to reach Alchemy 50, or just Alchemy in general, how you can level it up as quick as possible and also for as cheap as possible, and a couple of really cool things that I actually found out while making this video, which were actually possible that I didn't know were possible until I decided to record this video, so make sure you stick around till the end to figure out what those things are later on. But to get things started here, let's just cover the main thing that most people do, and it's just using Enchanted Sugar Cane to just brew up a ton of potions, a ton of speed 7s, and then just go over to like one of the NPCs, like that farm merchant, or maybe just one of the NPCs over in that direction, and just sell all those potions to get as many levels as they can, and also just as much money as they can in return. Now, this has been a very common strategy for a very, very long time now, but a lot of people did actually figure out that weakness potions were a better option, because weakness potions give you almost triple the amount of money that speed potions give you when you sell them back to the NPC, and they give you the exact same XP yield as the sugarcane does, but just giving you more money in return. So today I wanted to put up to the test which one is better to brew, which just really comes down to which one is cheaper, as both of these do give you the exact same XP yield. So to start things off here, we need to go to the bazaar so we could check out the prices and see what's up with all of that. So if we just head over to the bazaar really quickly here, you can see that the price of a single enchanted sugarcane is about 60,306 coins, with a stack price of 3,860,785 coins. Now if we compare this to the Enchanted Fermented Spider Eyes, you can see that already the price is much higher, being 81,726 coins, being about 1.5 times the original cost, give or take, somewhat around that amount. And then when you buy a full stack, it'll cost you 5,230,451 coins. So straight away you think, wow, fermented spider eyes are much more expensive than cane, but you do need to take into account that the sell back price of the potions are really, really good, as it is almost triple the amount the cane ones go for, so it is worth keeping that in mind. Now, before I got recording this video, I did a lot of calculations off camera just to make sure that I could run the numbers and see which one was more effective, and I managed to calculate that using Enchanted Sugar Cane to get to Alchemy 50 from Alchemy 0, given that you have got no past XP at all whatsoever in your journey of Skyblock, it'll cost you around 50 to 55 million coins, and this is just trying to take into account the price fluctuation of cane and how high or low it can go. But at the moment, when I calculated this about 5 minutes ago, it was 51,544,520 coins. So just for those people who wanted to know the exact values there, you can see that at the moment it's about 51.5 mil to get to Alchemy 50. Now, the difference between cane and fermented spider eyes is actually pretty massive, because in order to get to Alchemy 50 with fermented eyes, it'll cost you around 65 to 75 million coins. Once again, this is a very rough estimate because I'm trying to account for the price fluctuation that can happen with different market changes, although for the current price that I calculated about 5 minutes ago as well, it was 69,630,552 coins. So already that is almost 20 million coins more expensive than the Enchanted Sugarcane, but like I said before, if you do decide to sell your potions back to the NPCs, this price will vary much more, because it's way better to sell the weakness potions you get from the Enchanted Fermented Spider Eyes than it is to sell the speed 7 potions you get from the Enchanted Sugarcane. So then I did a little bit more testing and a little bit more calculations with these numbers to see how much it would cost you in total to get from Alchemy 0 to 50 with both Enchanted Cane and Enchanted Fermented Eyes. Granted that you are going to be selling back the potions to the NPCs after the fact. So to start things off, we had to calculate how much it would cost you to sell one single speed and weakness potion to the NPCs before we could move any further. So the price of speed 7 when you sell it to the NPC, any of the NPCs in the village, is 5,933 coins, while with weakness it is exactly 13,000 coins. And if you take this number and then you apply it to the numbers that we calculated earlier on in the video, when it comes to using just Enchanted Cane to get to Alchemy 50, it'll take you roughly 34 to 40 million coins, with the current price being 36,389,772. So already you can see that's about 20 million coins cheaper than it would be if you just brewed the potions or did nothing with them. But what the real test here is we want to compare it to the Enchanted Fermented Spider Eyes to see if it's any cheaper, if it's worth it or whatever. So I'm not going to keep rambling any longer. The actual price to get Alchemy 50 with Enchanted Fermented Eyes is actually in between 30 to 40 million, with an approximate value lower than Enchanted Cane, but the current value being 36,402,552. Now if we compare these numbers side by side, you can see that the difference of them is actually less than 13,000 coins, and realistically both are really good options, at least right now as I record this video. Like I said, the market does change from time to time, and one of them may become more efficient than the other, depending on what the demand is like for certain items, and depending on how many people want to go for Alchemy 50. So realistically speaking, these numbers are pretty much negligible. There's almost no difference whatsoever between weakness and speed, and you can pretty much choose whichever one at this point to get to Alchemy 50. So then you may be asking, well then, what's the point? Is that it? Is there anything else to it? Well, not really, because there are a couple of things you should keep in mind when it comes to both of these methods, because I do still think that you can maximize your time and also money trying to get Alchemy 50 if that's what you really want to do. And one of those is actually manually farming cane. So as silly as that sounds, as basic as that sounds, cane can be farmed manually very, very easily, as long as you're able to set up a 2-layer or even 3-layer, even 1-layer cane farm on your island. That'll help you get Enchanted Cane much, much faster, and you're going to be able to get it pretty much for free. And it is possible to get Alchemy 50 for basically free if you farm the entire thing by hand. Now, obviously, not everyone's going to be doing this. That is a ridiculous amount of Enchanted Cane to farm manually, although it could definitely cut the costs drastically of getting Alchemy 50, as 51 million coins is pretty expensive, and not everybody really has that money just lying around for them to spend. Now, as for the Enchanted Fermented Spider Eyes thing, it's not as easy to farm as it is for Enchanted Cane. Going to the spider's nest and just killing spiders isn't very effective and doesn't really do much, although what you can do is set up tarantula minions on your island and just use as many minion slots as you can, or as many as you want to, just dedicated to either tarantula or spider or even cave spider minions, and just use all those enchanted eyes that you get every single day to craft Enchanted Fermented Eyes, and just use those to be able to brew as many weakness potions as you can, selling them back to the NPCs and getting a little bit of money out of it. And another thing that you can do is that you can actually combine both of these methods, and if you decide to use tarantula minions and Enchanted Cane on your island, then you're going to be able to hit Alchemy 50 even quicker than that, and for much, much cheaper. So these are both really good things to keep in mind if you do decide to go for Alchemy 50 at all in the cheapest and quickest ways. So if you're someone who doesn't really care too much about the money that they earn from their minions, or you just want to make sure you hit Alchemy 50, you can still use minions like Tarantula minions to earn a little bit of money, although you're going to be paying more towards getting some XP levels for your alchemy, and you're not going to be getting as much as you could be in return from the eyes. But in my opinion, if that's what you want to do, and you want to max out that skill and be able to brew some nice hour-long potions, go for it, it's totally worth it. And it's definitely something that I have been doing and have considered to do for quite some time now, and making this video has actually made me realize even more that it's definitely a very legitimate strategy. Now, there are a couple of disclaimers that I do want to get here towards the end of the video, just a couple of little bonus things that you guys should probably know, and it's that Enchanted Cane and Fermented Eyes aren't actually the best items to be using for brewing potions, or I guess they're not the only good items that you can be using to brew potions. If you didn't already know, Enchanted Blaze Rods actually have the highest XP yield out of any other potion, being 23,000 per potion, and this is excluding the 20% all stats boost buff going on right now in this video, and any Alchemy 3 boosts you decide to use, alongside absorption potions, also giving the 15,000 XP yield that both Cane and Fermented Eyes do. So theoretically, if you're really rich and you want to get Alchemy 50 in the fastest way possible, not caring at all about how much money you want to spend, you could just use Enchanted Blaze Rods and get there much quicker, as 23,000 XP yield is a significant difference from 15,000, or if you just want to, for whatever reason, you could use Enchanted Gold Blocks to make absorption potions, and those will be just as good as Weakness and Sugarcane, although I highly do not recommend doing this because it's just a waste of money, and you'll be better off using just Cane or Fermented Eyes. And then for the last point of this video, just a little fun fact, a bit of a bonus for all of you guys that did actually make it to the end, which by the way, I do appreciate you very much if you made it this far, but it's actually that it is possible to reach Alchemy 50 completely legit with no sketchy things going on for only 3 million coins, alright? It is possible to reach it in under 4 million, about 3.6 million coins if you use netherrack. That's right, you heard me correctly, netherrack. Now you may be asking, how on earth does netherrack get you Alchemy 50? Well, let me show you. So, if I open up my recipe book really quickly, go to my Alchemy recipes to the next page, and then check out this potion here, the Wounded Potion. If you look at this, you can actually make a Wounded Potion using netherrack. Now, the thing about netherrack is that netherrack at the bazaar is 1 coin, or at least it stays around 1 to 2 coins at all times, and you can just mass buy this in gigantic quantities. So theoretically, if you brewed up 875,750 wounded potions, you can actually hit Alchemy 50 for the price of 3,678,150 coins. Now, this is obviously very ridiculous and completely unnecessary. I don't think anybody's going to do this or ever will, and I feel like a lot of people just lose their minds trying to do so. But it is a cool fact. I thought I'd throw that out there, as I did figure that out recently. Now, there is actually a really cool website that I found, which is the one that told me about this little trick, and I will leave a link to that at the top of the description. So if you want to check out some other fun facts about Alchemy, or some fun facts about Skyblock in general, feel free to check that out as well. But with all of that being said, hopefully you guys did find this informative or enjoyable in some way, because I had a lot of fun actually researching and figuring all these things out about Alchemy. I myself have been going for Alchemy 50 for a very long time now, and I did actually end up buying myself a parrot pet to go along with that. You can see I've already got it to level 93. So hopefully this does help for you guys who are on a tighter budget, or people who just want to hit Alchemy 50 in general. And also, if you did find this informative or useful in some way, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel, because it will definitely help me out greatly. And I do make these Hypixel Skyblock videos every Wednesdays and Fridays. And also, if you have any further questions or comments about this video, be sure to pop into my Twitch streams. I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. But with all that being said, guys, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. And as always, take care and peace. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What? Wait, whoa, hold on, wait, what? That's 10 mil. That's like 10 mil.